You know what bothers me? Soup. Soup acts like it's a food, but deep down, it knows it's just water with trust issues. Think about it. Every proper food lets you chew it. Pizza? Chew. Burger? Chew. Even rice? Tiny but still chewable. Soup? No. Soup just says, swallow me, coward. And people defend it. Oh, but soup is comforting. Yeah, so is Wi-Fi. Doesn't mean I want to eat it with a spoon. If soup was ever put on trial, the charges would be obvious. Charge 1, suspiciously wet. No food should require lifeguards. Charge 2, accessory to bread. Soup never shows up alone. Without bread, it's just hot sadness in a bowl. Charge 3, fraud. It pretends to be a meal, but it's basically a beverage wearing vegetables as a disguise. Imagine the courtroom. Soup, how do you plead? Exactly. Silence. Guilty silence. But here's the problem. When the jury goes to deliberate, one guy takes a sip. Suddenly everyone's like, yeah, okay, maybe soup isn't so bad. Verdict, soup is guilty of being delicious. And that's how soup escaped prison. But don't get too comfortable. Next week we're putting salad on trial. So, somebody in town is stealing shadows. Yeah, shadows. The flat, dark things we never really asked for, but apparently can't live without. At first, no one noticed. I mean, who looks at shadows unless they're making a real hand-up puppet? But then, boom, people started realizing, because instead of shadows, they had balloons just floating behind them everywhere they went. Imagine walking into a funeral. Everyone's sad, everyone's crying, and then squeak, squeak, squeak. Your replacement shadow balloon just drifts in like it's the mascot for grief. The worst part? These balloons are loud. They squeak when you walk, they bump into people, they float away if you run too fast. One guy lost his during a jog, and now he's literally shadowless, like officially invisible to sunlight. He calls it freedom. We call it blinding eye damage, because now we have to squint every time he passes. No one knows who's doing it. Some say it's an artist trying to make a statement. Others think it's the government. Personally, I think it's just some bored kid with a balloon pumped at way too much time. Anyway, if you see me walking around with a balloon instead of a shadow, don't say anything. I'm already self-conscious enough. Sometimes the moon looks like a cookie someone took a bite out of, and I get mad because I didn't get a piece. But then I see a pigeon strutting like a tiny businessman, and suddenly the rent doesn't matter. When it rains, I scream, bonus shower! And people stare at me like I'm broken glass. But broken glass still shines. So who cares? I clap whenever my friend burns the toast, because mistakes smell like bravery. And when the sun burns too hot, I lie flat on the sidewalk, pretending I'm a tortilla. Life is weird, but I keep saying yippee anyway.
You know how people say gravity keeps us grounded? Yeah, apparently that's optional now. So, Wednesdays, gravity just doesn't feel like working straight. Instead of pulling down, it slides sideways. Like it woke up hungover and said, let's vibe horizontal today. The first time it happened, the ceiling didn't collapse. It fell up, which is a sentence that shouldn't exist. But now it does. Don't ask me how. Physics left the chat. Everyone just stared at their roofs peeling off like banana skins, floating across the street like they had rent to pay elsewhere. You try eating cereal. Forget it. The milk pours sideways, the spoon flies east, and your Cheerios are now orbiting your neighbor's cat. Office work? Chaos. Staplers sliding out the window, chairs stacking against walls. Steve from HR clinging to the water cooler like a koala. He sent an email that just read, "Help," in italics. Wednesdays have become adjustment days. Some people duct tape themselves to the floor. Others just accept it, sideways walking like budget Spider-Men.
Me? I just lie flat against the wall and pretend I live in a futuristic music video. Because honestly, once the ceiling falls up, the only thing left is to commit to the aesthetic.
Currently, I am on planet DK, and they've finally done it. The government figured out how to monetize looking up. Every cloud you see now comes with a bill. Like, "Hi, sir. We noticed you stared at Cumulus 445 for 3.5 minutes. That'll be $12.99. They call it a usage fee. Apparently, clouds are considered natural public property, so staring at them without paying is technically theft. Yeah, theft of sky fluff. And it's not like you can dodge it. They've installed these little AI sky cameras everywhere, tracking your pupils like you're in a bad dystopian movie. Look at a bird? Fine. Look at a kite? Fine. But if that kite drifts near a cloud, oh, buddy, you just upgraded to felony cloud theft. Kids aren't even allowed to lie in the grass anymore. The moment they say that one looks like a dragon, their parents get an invoice in the mail. Of course, there's a premium option. For $39.99 a month, you can unlock Cloud Plus. You get unlimited views, ad-free skies, and one free lightning strike insurance claim per year. But I'm broke. So I've been practicing keeping my head down. Literally, like some kind of sky-shy turtle. And when it rains, oh, that's a special event. They call it Sky DLC. Extra charges apply. So yeah, next time you see me walking around with my head buried in the sidewalk, just know, it's not shame, it's poverty. And next time someone says keep your head in the clouds, tell them no thanks. You can't afford it. That's the truth. You know how some animals are cute and subtle? Not this one. This pigeon, I don't even know where he came from, just appeared. Right on my couch. Like he had a key. Like he owned the place. And he wasn't cooing or pecking, no. He was glaring. Stern. Judgmental. Like he'd been sent from the heavens to evaluate my taste in home decor. And then he spoke. Or at least, I think he spoke. Pigeons don't usually talk, but this one was different. He flapped his wings, strutted across the carpet, and demanded a dance floor. Right there, in my living room. I tried negotiating. Maybe just a small corner? He tilted his head. Judgment. No. Okay, maybe just a disco ball? He cooed sharply. Like I'd insulted his entire lineage. So, naturally, I Googled how to build a pigeon dance floor. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, I improvised. Mirrors, colored lights, a tiny fog machine I borrowed from last Halloween. Honestly, it started to look kinda nice. And then the music started. I don't know how. I don't even have speakers plugged in. But there it was, a tiny, urgent beat that only he seemed to hear. And he danced. Spins, head bops, full-on moonwalk. And me? I'm just standing there, barefoot, questioning every life choice that led to me taking construction advice from a bird. Days passed. My house smells like feathers and glitter. My furniture is scratched from aggressive shimmying. But you know what? I think he's happy. And honestly, I might be too. There's something magical about a pigeon who knows exactly how to party. Except now, I'm the pigeon's roommate. And I think he just texted me a shopping list for strobe lights. You know that soft, comforting silence before you fall asleep? Yeah, gone. Because now your pillows talk. At first, it's weirdly comforting. You're lying there thinking about your life, and the pillow whispers, "You're doing great." You smile. Nice. Supportive. Then it adds, "Quit your job tomorrow." Trust me. That's when you realize this pillow's confidence far outweighs its wisdom. By day 3, your bedroom sounds like a motivational seminar gone wrong. The left pillow swears you should text your ex for closure. The right one thinks you should start a podcast. And the decorative cushion, the one you never even use, is now your self-appointed financial advisor, telling you to invest in emotional crypto. They argue all night. Follow your heart. No, follow the money. Sleep is for cowards. You, meanwhile, haven't slept in 48 hours. Because every time you close your eyes, one of them whispers, "Have you considered becoming a street magician?" Eventually, you stop trusting them. You toss one out the window, only for it to yell, "You'll regret this! Growth requires discomfort!" And honestly, it's not wrong, just accidentally profound. You start to wonder, were they always talking and you just didn't listen before? Or did they start speaking because you stopped listening to yourself? Because maybe the real reason you can't sleep isn't the noise from the pillows. It's the noise in your head that they're echoing back. Eventually, you snap. You throw all of them out the window. Finally, silence. Peace. Then you hear a faint voice from outside. He's avoiding accountability again. He will not survive.
You know how sneezing used to be just mildly embarrassing? Now it's global chaos. Every time you achoo, someone's backyard floods, or burns, or sprouts glitter. It starts one morning. One morning, you sneeze once, boom, lightning outside your window. Weird coincidence. You sneeze again, and suddenly it's sunny. The birds are cheering. The clouds panic and scatter like interns during inspection. Your immune system just got promoted to God. At first it's fun. You sneeze when you want rain, cough for dramatic thunder, and sniffle for emotional lighting. You even start rating your sneezes like fine wine. Ah yes, a bold, full-bodied sneeze with notes of despair. Perfect for monsoon season. But then people notice. Your neighbor's car gets washed away after your morning allergy attack. Reporters camp outside your house. The news headline reads, "Local man controls climate with sinuses." And then the worst part, you're not the only one. The world discovers sneezing equals weather. All over the world, people start experimenting. Pepper sniffers, perfume junkies, pollen addicts. They all join the new global craze, the sneezing games. There are categories now: lightning rounds, tornado duels, humidity freestyle. Referees carry tissue boxes. Crowd chants, "Achoo! Achoo!" Commentators whisper like it's golf. He's going for a triple sneeze combo. Oh, that's a Category 5 hurricane. Stunning control. Countries build sneeze labs. Politicians debate nasal disarmament. There's a United Nations summit about antihistamines. Your sneezes are now classified weapons. You can't even catch a cold without causing a diplomatic incident. Someone sneezes in Tokyo, blizzard in Canada. Someone sneezes in Brazil, heat wave in Iceland. It's chaos. Beautiful, ridiculous chaos. Then comes the World Sneeze Summit. Every champion gathered in one place. Faces twitching, eyes watering. Everyone holding it in, waiting for the countdown. 3, 2, 1. 1,000 sneezes erupt. Thunder, rainbows, hail, glitter, frogs. Sky quits and does everything at once. The world pauses. The air smells like menthol and fear. After the chaos, silence. You look up at the sky, half sunshine, half storm. Someone sneezes again. A rainbow forms.
Another sneeze, earthquake. You sigh, grab a tissue. Somewhere, a cat sneezes. A tiny drizzle forms. Somewhere else, a sunbeam pops out. You realize it's never going to stop. The weather, the sneezing, the chaos, it's permanent. But maybe that's okay. You sniffle, you smile, you sneeze again, just a little one. And for the first time, the world seems exactly how it's supposed to. Messy, absurd, unpredictable, and entirely yours. When sneezes control the weather, every achoo counts. And yes, you are unstoppable.
Imagine walking into a therapist's office, expecting a soothing voice, soft cushions, maybe a box of tissues. Instead, you're greeted by a cactus. Yes, a cactus, sitting there in a pot, looking prickly and judging you silently. You sit down, and the cactus clears its... well, it doesn't have a throat, but somehow you feel it clearing it. Then it begins your therapy session. But there's a twist. It only speaks in riddles. You tell it your problems, stress, heartbreak, career anxiety, and it responds, I stand tall, yet I don't walk. I have spikes, but I never fight. What am I? You blink, confused. Is this therapy? Is this some life lesson about resilience? You start sweating. Maybe it's asking you to find the solution in your own mind. Maybe it's mocking you. You can't tell. You try again. You mention your fear of failure. The cactus leans slightly. Well, as much as a plant can lean, and whispers, the more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? Hours pass, or maybe minutes. Time is weird around plants that give riddles instead of advice. You leave with a vague sense of enlightenment, or dehydration. Either way, you feel changed, because somehow, in those prickly riddles, you've learned something. Not sure what, but definitely something. Maybe resilience. Maybe confusion. Maybe how to cry quietly in a desert. Next week, you come back anyway. The cactus is there, waiting, arms raised like it's been expecting you. You sit. You sigh. It whispers again. Healing doesn't bloom fast, but at least I don't charge by the hour. You nod. You finally get it. You don't actually, but it feels deep enough to count. Then, as you stand to leave, the cactus says one last thing. I drink the pain you pour, but I never overflow. What am I? You stare. You don't answer, because somehow, you know the answer isn't for you to say.
It started as a joke. Someone popped a bubble and claimed they felt inner peace. Soon, others tried it too and realized the same thing. A strange, addictive calmness. Like meditation, but louder. Before long, entire online groups began forming. They called it the Path of the Pop. They shared sacred rolls of bubble wrap and whispered their mantra. Pop, pause, breathe. At first, people laughed. Then someone opened a pop temple, a quiet room where devotees sat in circles, popping in rhythm. Each bubble, a thought released. Each sheet, a lifetime of stress. Rival denominations emerged. The single pop monks believed only one pop per day achieved enlightenment. The mega poppers preferred divine chaos, full sheets underfoot, total transcendence. Corporations saw opportunity. Luxury, blessed wrap sold for $99 a roll. Pre-popped by influencers for energy cleansing. Eventually, debates turned violent. A schism split the community after the great anti-static heresy, when someone introduced electronic bubble wrap. No sound, no soul, just emptiness.
Today, the bubble wrap faith still exists in small corners of the internet, where followers meet, pop in silence, and remember a simpler truth: that in a noisy world full of pressure, sometimes you just need to pop to feel alive.